Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in. If you are new here, welcome. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more of my content. If you are a returning subscriber, I see you. Thank you for your support and hope you continue to stay. So today I am back with another video. I want to talk about how to write an ATS friendly resume. So you might be someone who is out there in the job market, busy sending out job applications left, right, and center, but you are not, getting any responses from the hiring managers, and maybe you're starting to think, what is it that you could be doing wrong. So over 75% of the job applications never gets to the naked eye of the hiring managers. Your resume, when you send it or when you're applying for a job, it must first pass through what is known as an applicant tracking system, in short, ATS. So what is that applicant tracking system, or ATS? So ATS basically is a resume scanning software that is used by hiring managers or recruiters to help them sort, scan, and rank like the job applications that you've received for that particular vacancy. So basically this software, it acts as an electronic robot um, designed to help like hiring managers or recruiters to filter out unsuitable candidates, for the job, because some people just apply, even if they're not qualified for that job, just for the sake of applying. Like, we all do that, but they use the ATS to filter out like unsuitable candidates for the job and just pay attention to the qualified ones. So this ATS, when you upload your resume, it actually scan your CV or your resume's content and put it into categories such as like your contact details, your education, your work experience, what else, references, and your skills. This ATS, it then goes on and scan for specific keywords in your resume. So these keywords are usually set by the hiring managers or the recruiters, and they put them in the job description. So if this ATS does not find the keywords that are in the job description, chances are your resume will just be thrown out of the window, like you will just not pass through the ATS test. So you should make sure that when you are applying, your resume has the specific keywords that are in the job description. So maybe you're asking yourself, so how do I write the ATS friendly resume? Nowadays, I think almost 99% of the companies, like, they use an ATS system to help them, in their recruitment processes, because most of the times you find that these companies actually receive more than like 1,000, job applications for only two vacancies. And going through all those thousands like job applications is just almost impossible, and many of the times you'll find that only about 4 to 8 people might actually be called, for an interview. So it's a huge process. So that's why they use, the ATS to help them out, filter out the suitable candidates for that certain vacancy. So how do you defeat the ATS board to make sure that your resume is ATS friendly? So number one, you need to optimize your resume with keywords. As I've already mentioned, like, the best way to make sure that your resume is ATS friendly is to use relevant keywords. Where do you find these keywords? You find the keywords in the job description. As I always say that when you are applying for a job, you need to tailor made that resume for that specific like position. You don't just like send like a general resume for the sake of sending. No, you need to tailor made like your resume and customize it like with keywords. Okay, the keywords, remember, are set by the hiring managers and they put them there in the job description. So it is your duty to actually read what is it that is needed. The keywords can represent like the soft skill, like soft skills and expertise that you have acquired over the years that make you qualify for that particular position that you're applying for. So if the ATS come and scan like your CV and it does not find any like keyword that is there in the job description, automatically your resume is rejected, right? So you don't want that. So you need to make sure that your resume has keywords, right? And also pay attention. Usually in the job description you will see a specific term appearing more than 3 times. So let's say you are applying for a geologist like position, and in the job description you see that the geology word appears like 3 times. Also, you as a job applicant, you need to make sure that you have that keyword in your resume and it must appear frequently so that you can increase your chance of like beating or matching like right with the job description, and increase your chance of beating the ATS board, right? Number two, what you need to do, right? You must avoid using graphics such as graphics meaning like machetes, graphs, like do not put like imported information like your skills in graphics, because the ATS system cannot read Emma graphics, guys. I know some people, they want to be fancy. Some people are creative out there, but this is not the place where you should be creative. Remember, you want your resume like to be simple, right? Make it easy, like for someone to read it, both the ATS and the recruiter. So basically when you are creating like your CV, you must have like the ATS in mind, right? So if the format is not correct, right, so chances are like the ATS will just kick it out of the system. Okay, so number two, avoid using graphics like my chats, pictures, graphs in your CV. Keep it simple, right? And and then number three, do not use a complicated or complex resume template. Always use a simple resume template that is ATS compatible, right? I know some people, are creative, they want to, give a good impression, but I don't think this is their place to impress. Just use a simple design, of your resume template, right? Remember, recruiters only spend like 30 seconds when they just like scanning, the your resume, looking for specific like information in particular areas within your resume. So if like your things are not in order, chances are like they might lose interest and proceed to the next candidate, and you don't want that. So make sure that your things are in order, very simple, easy to read, right? Don't complicate it, like put pictures, underlines, like some people usually put lines like underline, their section, headings like such as education. No, just keep it like plain and simple, right? And also another thing, number 4, that I think you should consider when you are writing your resume is that you mustn't put like important information in the header or the footer of your Word document, like when you are creating your resume, right? Avoid putting important information in the header or the footer because some ATS softwares cannot read, right, information that's in the header or the footer, right? So information, like, if possible, try to keep the important information outside of the header or the footer. Sometimes on the many people on the header they put their names, their job description that they like no the job title, right, for the position that they're applying for, and some put their home address, emails, LinkedIn profiles and stuff like that. But just avoid putting information like important information in the header or the footer because some softwares cannot read and it might actually skip that part, and as a result your CV will just be kicked out of the system. Okay, and then number 5, the last one, which I think is also very important, guys. Please use a suitable file format when you are submitting your resume. It's either online or you are sending via email. Please use a suitable file format. What do I mean by that? Sometimes in the job description, they will tell you that submit your supporting documents or and your resume in a PDF format. If they mention that, please, please submit your resume in a PDF format, right? Most like ATS resume softwares are compatible with PDF like formats, right? And ePDF is actually the best because it helps preserve the design like of your template. It makes sure that nothing shifts or there are no errors that can occur, like thola ukuthi sekuba nama spellings and something like that. No. So PDF, I prefer PDF. It just preserve like the design as it is and make sure that nothing changes until the document reach like its final destination. But let's say in a case where they also didn't specify, could submit the format your CV or like in PDF or a Word, always opt for a PDF version. It's just simply the best. You cannot go wrong with that, right? And also when you are naming your documents, other people don't even name the document. They just send like maybe it's in numbers or stuff like that. Please also name your documents. You can use your initials, your surname, and also put the job that you're applying for or the reference number. Just name your resume properly. Don't just put numbers there or just another funny names. Like, remember this, you're here, you are trying to make like a good impression, right, to the recruiter. So always try your best with CV call it's presentable and stuff like that, guys. So yeah, I just had that I wanted to share because many people don't understand that there's actually an ATS system that scans the CVs before they get to the recruiters, and if your CV is not ATS compliant, then well, it will just be rejected automatically. And I feel like, well, as a big sister, like I've went through the process. I've applied before, my CVs were rejected, and up until I was like, you know what, let me learn more about this ATS and actually do it for myself. And I mean, like, I applied to one of the big companies, here in South Africa, and I was actually called for the CV, like for an interview. And well, I'm here now, I got the job. So I feel like I just want to share some of my experiences with like fellow graduates. Like my focus is just to help graduates, guys. I know it's bad out there. It's school, like adversity, they don't teach us these things. It's we need to teach ourselves. So I'm just here to share with you guys how I did it. Like if you have got questions, well, I can share one or two, three things. Like I've done that, I've passed through that, and here I am now, and I also want the best for you. So remember, guys, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos. Until then, see you next time. Bye.